For 2 years, I was thinking of my son.
And you couldn't ask about it? You couldn't ask about
She
it?
didn't even tell me. She wouldn't even tell me that the baby didn't even exist. She don't want me around the baby.
Well, what are you taking a poll for? Relates to paternity. I mean, where would you get in your mind that you're gonna split screen your daughter's face with 2 different guys and send it out to take a poll?
That's what I said.
I was just mad and angry.
Ms. Davis steps into paternity court with one mission: to prove Adrian Cole is the father of her daughter, Autumn. She tells Judge Lake that Adrian once accepted his role proudly, until rumors and whispers made him walk out. Meanwhile, Adrian says he still supports Autumn, but doubts have been eating at him ever since people started telling him she's not his. The tension is immediate.
Ms. Davis, you say that after accepting your daughter, Autumn, Mr. Cole abruptly ended your relationship, moved out of your home, and is now denying her. You say Mr. Cole is the only man who could be Autumn's father, and you intend to prove paternity today. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Davis, visibly emotional, tells the judge she's hurt and disappointed. She insists she was only intimate with Adrian during the conception window, but Adrian fires back. He's been hearing way too much street talk to ignore. I came here for the truth and to move on. Judge Lake nods, already sensing that behind the love, there's a lot of deception waiting to unfold.
How does it feel knowing Mr. Cole is denying your daughter?
I feel hurt, angry, disappointed how he all of a sudden not claiming my daughter. He is the only man that I've been with since February.
So, Mr. Cole, you're not claiming the baby? You don't think it's yours?
Yes, I claim the baby. I still take care of the baby. And
you do?
Yes, anything she asks for, I do for the baby.
But you deny that you are her biological father.
They revisit how this all began: a homecoming basketball game, a quick exchange of numbers, and the start of a casual relationship. By March 21st, Ms. Davis learned she was 4 weeks pregnant. She even comes with a bright yellow conception calendar as evidence, highlighting every moment she was with Adrian. She looks confident. Adrian looks skeptical. Judge Lake's eyes narrow. Here comes the timeline debate.
So you have sincere doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Ms. Davis, tell me about the nature of your relationship before you got pregnant.
Yes, I had met Mr. Cole at a basketball game, a homecoming game, and we had Google eyes with each other. We had changed numbers, and we had chill a couple times.
So you continued this relationship, and at some point you find out you're pregnant?
Ms. Davis claims Adrian was the only man she was with in February and March. Her ex, she says, was only a one-time thing in early January, too far back to matter. But Adrian recalls that right after she told him about the pregnancy, people were already claiming otherwise. A guy even messaged Ms. Davis angrily, suggesting he could be the father. The court erupts in whispers.
Started having sex with him here, and then on the 21st, find out you're 4 weeks pregnant. And he was the only man you were with during that time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Cole, when Ms. Davis told you she was pregnant, did you question paternity then?
Not when she told me through the text.
Judge Lake does the math out loud. January doesn't add up, but the rumors are relentless, and Adrian's frustration is real. He admits he wanted a DNA test from day one, but couldn't get one since he'd already signed the birth certificate. You can feel the exasperation building. This isn't just about science anymore. It's about trust, pride, and betrayal.
In February and in March?
Yes, he was the only person I was intimate in February and March. My ex-boyfriend, I had stopped intimate with him in January. It was the beginning of January.
All right, so right around here, that's when you were having sex with,
yes,
for how long?
It was just a one time in January.
So that could not be the biological father.
Correct.
Because that's too far from the 4-week conception date.
Then comes the hospital bombshell. Adrian was present through the whole delivery, but when he asked for a DNA test, Ms. Davis snapped. Later that night, he fell asleep, and she let him sleep right through the birth certificate signing. She confesses she saw him texting friends about wanting a test and decided not to wake him. Judge Lake nearly loses composure. You mean to tell me you let him miss that moment out of spite?
You couldn't get the DNA test?
They wouldn't let me because I signed the birth certificate.
Okay, so that's what I want to get to. So, Ms. Davis, once you tell Mr. Cole you're pregnant, initially he accepts.
Yes.
So you all are going through the process of having a baby?
Yes, Your Honor.
And he's present?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now you have the baby at the hospital.
Adrian looks devastated, saying if she truly believed he was the father, she would have woken him. Eventually, after his family pressured him, saying Autumn looks just like him, he went back and signed the certificate. He became the legal father. But the peace didn't last long. Ms. Davis posted a side-by-side collage online comparing Autumn's face to Adrian's, and another man's. Judge Lake freezes mid-blink. You made a paternity poll?
So after I had Autumn, like a couple hours later, he was asleep and I went through his phone. And then like all his friends was telling him, congratulations on your baby girl on Autumn Cole. And I seen him put, no, her name is Autumn Davis until we get a DNA test. And I got in my feelings and got mad. And I took it upon myself to didn't wake him up and I didn't let him sign a birth certificate.
Ms. Davis claims she only did it out of emotion, insisting everyone agreed Autumn resembled Adrian anyway, but it's too late. The damage is public. Adrian looks embarrassed, and Judge Lake tells her flatly, "You don't crowdsource paternity." The courtroom laughs nervously. You could feel the awkwardness through the TV screen. Adrian just shakes his head. He's officially over the nonsense.
And Mr. Cole, at some point, your name got on it.
Yeah, like 2 months after she was born. Because my family had got in my head and she looks just like you, that's your twin.
And you accepted Autumn as yours, or you still had doubts?
I accepted her as mine.
You did?
Yes.
Because your family had convinced you?
Yes, ma'am, but then like 2 years, she was about 2.
Enter Ms. Davis's twin sister, Ashley, the unexpected truth teller. She praises Adrian for being a great father, steady, involved, consistent. But then she drops the shocker. Amber once told her she had sex with another man 2 days before Adrian. 2 days. The audience collectively gasps, and even Jerome looks stunned. Ms. Davis's jaw tightens. She's not ready for that level of exposure.
Well, what are you taking a poll for as it relates to paternity? I mean, where would you get in your mind that you're gonna split screen your daughter's face with 2 different guys, send it out to take a poll?
That's what I said.
I was just mad and angry.
Who were you mad at?
I was mad at him because he was going around also and was telling people, oh, I have doubts that Autumn was mine, because people also was come to me and tell me that that Adrian's not,
I was going around trying to get a DNA test.
Ms. Davis denies everything, claiming her twin misunderstood. She repeats that it only happened once in early January, not 2 days before. Judge Lake, never one to let inconsistencies slide, breaks it down like an attorney. Those are 2 very different time frames. Ashley stands firm. Adrian's glare could cut glass, and the courtroom silence speaks volumes. Drama at its finest, folks.
What I want to understand is, why in the world then, when you decide you're gonna create an email blasted poll about the paternity of your daughter, would you add this other guy's face on it if there's absolutely no other possibility?
Judge Lake tries to redirect focus to what really matters. Little Autumn, she's 3 years old, calls Adrian daddy, and knows no other man in that role. Adrian tears up, explaining he wants to be her real father. He never had a dad himself and doesn't want her to grow up wondering. Heartbreaking stuff. Judge Lake takes a long pause, clearly moved.
Can you please bring the witness into the courtroom?
Sure.
Miss Ashley Davis, Ms. Davis's sister, is here to testify today. Hello, Ms. Davis. Thank you for joining us. You are Ms. Davis, Amber's twin sister. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And you're here to testify as to what you know about the relationship between Ms. Davis, your sister, and Mr. Cole.
Yes.
Then the legal truth hits. By signing the birth certificate, Adrian is Autumn's legal father, no matter what the DNA test says. Financially, he's responsible. Emotionally, he's already attached. Ms. Davis stares down, realizing what that means. Judge Lake questions why she kept feeding public drama if she was certain all along. Because I was mad, she says softly. I just wanted him to believe me.
That was just that one time, and Your Honor, and she been having sex with Adrian ever since February and in March, and he's just been there, so I'm 100% sure that Adrian's the father.
So wait, you're saying that your sister admitted to you that she had sex with another guy 2 days before she was intimate with Mr. Cole?
Yes.
No.
And you're certain she said 2 days?
Yes.
No, I did not tell her 2 days. I had sex with the other guy in the beginning of January.
Adrian admits he still loves Autumn deeply, but wants the truth. I need to know, he says, voice cracking. If she's mine, I'm all in. Ms. Davis nods, tearfully saying she wants the same closure. Even Jerome looks misty-eyed at this point. Judge Lake grabs the envelope from her bailiff. This is the calm before the emotional storm. The room goes silent.
She's called into court today to tell the truth.
But I didn't tell her that.
I remember her saying 2 days before she had sex with Adrian.
So if that's the case, the 2 days before you started having sex with Mr. Cole would have been around February the 11th, and that would be the other guy. Why would a question concerning paternity or a conversation concerning paternity even be relevant or of issue where you would be having this conversation with your twin sister?
Judge Lake recaps the evidence: February intimacy, March pregnancy, April rumors, June signing, and now 3 years of doubt. She reminds them that one document created a family and one test could destroy it. Adrian's leg bounces under the podium. Ms. Davis takes a deep breath, whispering, "Please, God." The envelope rustles like thunder. Every second feels like forever.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I sit in this chair because I try to be a voice for the voiceless, for the children that can't speak for themselves. They can't. She basically knows Mr. Cole to be her father. Autumn does, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is the man she knows. She doesn't know anybody else.
Yes, Your Honor.
She calls him daddy.
Yes, Your Honor.
But to this day, Mr. Cole, you don't know if you are her biological father.
No, ma'am.
The judge looks down at the paper, eyes steady, expression unreadable. Adrian grips the railing with both hands. Ms. Davis's tears fall silently. The tension is unbearable. Even Autumn's name feels heavy in the air. These results will determine the future of this family, Judge Lake says. Then, with the slowest, most deliberate motion, she opens the envelope.
You had sex with somebody else 2 days before. I don't know why your sister, your twin sister, would get up in this courtroom and just make up a fabrication.
I don't know why she'd do that either.
That's what you told me.
I did not tell you that.
And Mr. Cole, let me be clear. Are you hoping you are Autumn's biological father?
Everyone leans in, waiting to exhale. Adrian wipes his face. Ms. Davis clasps her hands, whispering a prayer. Jerome lowers his head in respect. The judge clears her throat, about to reveal what 3 years of chaos, pain, and hope have all led up to. The courtroom holds its collective breath.
In the case of Davis versus Cole, when it comes to 3-year-old Autumn Cole, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Cole, you are not the father.
Rash walks into paternity court looking like a man who's been through emotional demolition. Judge Lauren lays out the drama. He says his wife, Ms. Fuentes, cheated repeatedly, left him, slept with multiple brothers from the same family, and branded another man's name on her body. Yet he still stayed and raised 2 little girls he's now doubting. Talk about messy stakes from second one.
Good day, everyone. Mr. Rash, you are here today seeking the results of paternity tests for your 2 children. You claim your wife, Ms. Fuentes, has cheated on you repeatedly. You say she once left you for another man, slept with 5 brothers from the same family.
Ms. Fuentes doesn't flinch. She admits cheating, blames a rough foster care past, and claims Rash knew who she was from the jump. Then she hits him with, "You were never really my type." While standing next to him on national TV, you can see Rash's spirit flicker. The whole courtroom collectively goes, "Oof." Judge Lauren's eyebrows are already working overtime.
You admit that all of her cheating has left you filled with the doubt that you are indeed your children's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Ms. Fuentes, you don't deny you've cheated over the years, but you claim your husband was never really your type.
Rash explains he caught her via text messages and Craigslist-style hookups, full-blown receipts territory. She tries to argue they weren't technically together at certain times. He insists they were. It's less, "We were on a break," and more, "You just rewrote history." You can feel Judge Lauren tracking every contradiction like it's a closing argument.
I do, in fact, actually, I have cheated on him. I'm gonna admit that, but he knew from the get-go, like, look, my past, I grew up in foster care. I didn't have the best childhood, but he knew when we first got together that in order to move forward, I told him everything.
Then comes the 6-month bomb. Ms. Fuentes says Rash took the kids and wouldn't let her see them. Rash says he stepped in because she was out partying instead of parenting. He's emotional but steady. Diapers, clothes, late nights, he handled it. Just look at his face here. This isn't performative. This is a man terrified these kids might not even be his.
I mean, right
So
there.
did you confront her?
Yeah, I confront her. She gets mad and we get, you know, she
We were
says
not
she
together,
done.
Your Honor. My issues that I did sleep around around and that this family meant a lot to me, whether or not I slept with her 5 sons or not.
It doesn't even matter.
He talks about being an auto mechanic, doing mobile work, shop work, whatever it took. Ms. Fuentes immediately undercuts him, claims he was always getting fired and beat up by his bosses. It turns from resume review to roast battle fast. Judge Lauren drags it back. Whatever his flaws, he's the one who's been consistently present for these little girls.
In your mind, in your opinion, you felt like we're together.
Yeah, we're
and
together.
And so during the time of conception,
yeah,
you think you're still in a relationship.
Yeah, and then she said that, you know, like all of a sudden now we ain't together.
Then Ms. Fuentes casually drops that she was never truly in love with Rash. Judge Lauren is stunned. If that's the case, why marry him? Why bring children into it? Ms. Fuentes says she tried to make it work. Rash looks crushed. Things got rocky quickly, and you can feel the foundation of this whole relationship cracking in real-time drama overload.
I did take them for 6 months because I felt like she wasn't being a mother. She wanted to sit there and go out and have sex and drink.
That's what he wanted to
and
think.
go have fun and party and stuff like that.
You
and
took
then
it on.
she left him.
No.
Now we get the infamous 4th of July setup. Ms. Fuentes describes going to a picnic with a family she's close to. One of the sons is her ex. Another son, Chuck, is there. Vibes are good. And by the end of the night, she and Chuck have sex. Rash is like, if you loved one brother, why sleep with another? Valid question. This isn't a love triangle. It's a family tree issue.
He don't know what he's doing.
I do mobile. I even work at shops.
So you say you held a job?
Yes, ma'am.
And you contribute to the household and support your children? Mr. Rash, you have the children.
Yes, ma'am.
You're raising them.
Yes, ma'am.
Jerome brings in Mr. Judd, Chuck. He calmly confirms he slept with Ms. Fuentes and says they were basically just family friends. He doesn't think the child looks like him. Judge Lauren points out the conception timing lines up perfectly. Rash hears this, and you can practically see his stomach drop. I mean, just look at that reaction. Pure, are you kidding me? Energy.
I mean, regardless that I don't want them to think any different of me.
It's good intentions, but the way he goes about things, he's too busy worrying about what me and him is going to do.
You have another man's tattoo to your body.
Then we meet the legend herself, Chuck's mother. She loves Ms. Fuentes, loves the kids, and yes, confirms several of her sons were involved. She suggests Chuck might deny paternity out of embarrassment. She's defending Ms. Fuentes while also low-key exposing her boys. You could cut this awkward loyalty tangle with a knife.
Me and him had gotten in an argument because he was too busy accusing me, oh, you did this to the mailman.
I didn't even accuse you of anything at that point.
Anything.
I didn't even know any of that.
He accuses me of doing anything, you know what I mean? To make himself feel better, he likes to pick and choose.
Mom explains she sees the kids as grandbabies, Ms. Fuentes as a daughter, and calls out her sons for taking turns. Judge Lauren labels it what it is, an embarrassment factor. Meanwhile, Rash is standing there, listening to how his wife allegedly worked her way through a 10-son lineup. Talk about messy, and we still don't have answers.
But if you were such in love with the other brother, why would you have sex with the other brother?
To be honest with you, what do you mean? I wasn't in love with that brother.
That made no sense.
Listen, I want to hear from the brother she actually admits to having sex too. I want to hear what he has to say. Jerome, will you please escort?
Judge Lauren narrows it down. 2 children, multiple possible fathers, a husband who signed on in good faith. She asks what everyone wants. Chuck's mom hopes her son is the father. Rash desperately wants both children to be his. Ms. Fuentes claims she just wants the truth because she's confused. For once, Rash says that's the first honest thing he's heard from her.
I'll ask this just because you are in the courtroom, sir, and I want to hear directly from you. Did you have sex with Ms. Fuentes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, what was the nature of your relationship?
Pretty much just family friend.
And so, just a family friend. Do you believe you're her child's father?
Not really.
We shift to the legal side. Christina was born during the marriage, so Rash is the presumed father. He says that's exactly why he married Ms. Fuentes. He believed he was stepping up for his baby. He swears he never cheated, always showed up, always loved them. His voice cracks just enough that you feel it. Heartbreaking stuff. This is a man begging reality to match his effort.
My other daughter came about that could have been a possibility.
We understand.
This is
all right. We're going to have the results in a moment. You may take a seat. Thank you so much. Mrs. Judd, will you please step up to the podium?
Asked what he wants today, Rash says he just wants his kids to be his and vows to keep doing what he's been doing. Judge Lauren asks if he still wants a relationship with Ms. Fuentes. He's done. Ms. Fuentes says she's confused and wants clarity. They spiral back into bickering until Judge Lauren shuts it down with one promise. The DNA will give them what their stories haven't: truth.
So she had sex with several of your sons. What do you feel about that?
She'll do anything in the world for me, and I'll do anything in the world for her. I love her children. Her children look at me like a grandmother.
Now it's results time prep. Judge Lauren recaps: repeated cheating, multiple brothers, a fractured marriage, a devoted dad in doubt, and kids stuck in the middle. The envelopes land on the bench like a final boss. Everyone stiffens. Rash gripping the podium, Ms. Fuentes visibly shaking, Mr. Judd locked in. Cue the drum roll, because this is the moment everything tilts.
Everybody puts her down, you know, I can understand sometime, you know what I mean? But my boys has got to understand it takes two people to tango, if you know what I mean. And if they didn't take their turns, if you know what I mean.
She opens the first envelope and begins to read. The courtroom is silent. You can see Rash searching her face for hope, Ms. Fuentes bracing, Chuck trying not to flinch. Whatever those words are, they land hard. Faces change instantly. Relief here, shock there. But I'm not spoiling who's what. All you need to know is this first result hits like a truck.
I do feel like that because of the multiple cheating on me and whatnot.
Being that she was born within the marriage, you were presumed to be her father. There's a presumption of paternity. You signed
That's the reason why I married her.
Then comes the second envelope, the one that could completely redraw this family's map. Judge Lauren reads slowly, deliberately, eyes locked on the parties. As the result drops, Rash explodes emotionally. Ms. Fuentes breaks down, and Chuck is forced to confront reality. This one turns the tension into an earthquake.
When it comes to 1-year-old Christina, Mr. Rash, you are her father.
If you thought one affair was messy, imagine juggling a wife, a mistress, and a girlfriend, all while denying multiple babies. That's exactly what's happening today in Reed v. Austin. Ms. Reed is suing Ms. Austin for $5,000, claiming her affair with Reed's husband wrecked her marriage and finances. Ms. Austin insists Reed should mind her own bills. Oh, the drama starts early.
Ms. Reed, you are demanding that Ms. Austin have a paternity test administered on her child, whom she claims was fathered by your estranged husband.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're hoping the DNA test will prove that your husband is not her baby's father.
Ms. Reed recalls coming home from the hospital, baby in arms, hormones high, and answering her man's phone. On the other end, Ms. Austin calmly saying, "I'm his girlfriend." You can almost feel the heat rising through the screen. Reed says she packed up the kids and left, but of course, she took him back later. Girl, no. Judge Lake's eyebrows say it all.
How did you find out about Ms. Austin?
Okay, Your Honor, I found out about Mrs. Austin. One day I came in from the hospital from having my second child, and Rael's phone rang, and I just so happened to answer the phone. And Mrs. Austin, she said, "I'm Rael's girlfriend." I said, "Rael's girlfriend, did you know that Rael was engaged to me?"
Ms. Austin swears she didn't know he was engaged when they started talking, but somehow she didn't stop after finding out either. Instead, she blames Reed, saying, "If she was taking care of home, he wouldn't be calling me?" Whew! Even Judge Lake needed a moment to process that one. The audacity levels are off the charts.
But I forgave him again, knowing it was wrong, and got back in a relationship with him.
You took him back again?
Yes.
You then married him?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Ms. Austin, how did you get involved with a married man? We hear it may have started before the marriage and continued.
When I met Rael, they was not married.
Reed fires back that only a woman with no shame plays the side piece knowingly. Austin shrugs it off, saying Wallace told her he only stayed for Reed's money, and apparently she was sending him cash too. Cash he was using to take his wife out. I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
Your Honor, that means that she didn't mind playing the role as his little mistress, because any woman wouldn't sit there and be in a relationship with a man that has a woman. Like, as me as myself.
Ms. Austin, what's your response to that?
Well, he led me on. When they was married, Rael was calling, he was texting me, telling me how he wants to get away from Dominique. The reason why he said he was with her is because of her money. That's what he said.
Then Ms. Reed admits something wild. She got revenge. Yup, she went out and talked to Ms. Austin's ex-boyfriend. I did it to hurt them both, she says proudly. I mean, Judge Lake's face in this moment could launch 1,000 memes. This courtroom has officially entered soap opera territory.
My ex-boyfriend, the ones who she go with down. I don't know if they go together.
Oh, wait now. Say that again?
Yes, the man that's the other person who they say that is my daughter Muriel's father is her man that my ex that she's dating now.
Your Honor, I can explain that's out of revenge. At the time, Rayel was cheating on me with her.
Cue the man of the hour, Mr. Wallace, the husband, the common denominator, the chaos coordinator. He strolls in like nothing's wrong. Judge Lake asks, "You have no remorse?" His answer, "No, ma'am." The courtroom gasps. This man is colder than a freezer in Antarctica.
How you doing?
Mr. Wallace, let me ask, you married to Ms. Reed,
Yes.
but you were sleeping with Ms. Austin.
Yes.
You had a baby with Ms. Reed. You might have a baby with Ms. Austin.
Allegedly.
You busy. You just standing there, Mr. Wallace, like you don't have a piece of remorse in the world.
He admits to sleeping with both women, but insists his wife doesn't cook, doesn't clean, and I was bored. Sir, that's not a justification. That's a confession. Judge Lake nearly drops her gavel. Ms. Reed claps back, saying if he was that bored, he could have stayed at his mama's house instead of hers.
First off, she wasn't a good wife. She barely cooks, she doesn't clean. I cheated because I was bored in my marriage. I was too young to get married in the first place.
So why did you get married?
Because I felt like it was the right thing to do because I was being pressured and I had 3 kids with her. So
Correction, Your Honor. If you was pressured to be in a relationship with me, why did you constantly come home to me? Why did you constantly, every time I got work, was there, and you could have left and went home to your mother, your sister, or whoever the case may be?
When asked if he believes Austin's baby is his, Wallace says, "No, ma'am," without hesitation. Austin, arms crossed, shoots back. The baby looks just like him. The side-eye exchange here deserves its own Emmy. Even the audience leans in, ready for DNA truth.
Don't you say no, boy, and she look just like you. She look just like you. She got everything. Everything you want, she got on that, everything.
she looked like the other guy who is currently her boyfriend.
I had sex with Rayel first, and I used unprotected sex with Rayel, and I used protected sex with the other boy. But
Your Honor, she's lying. The boy told me that he had unprotected sex with Demiriel several times because he do not like to use protection.
Ms. Reed tears up talking about her kids. She says they didn't ask for this chaos, and they're the ones hurting. For a second, the courtroom softens, until Judge Lake reminds everyone there are more women claiming Mr. Wallace's paternity. The tension shifts from pity to, oh no, not again.
I feel like ever since Rayel had other kids on my kids get the short end of the stick. They rarely see their dad. Like when I take them to see him, I have to like leave them with him in order for them to spend time with their father. So I feel like before her child even got in the picture, Rayel was there for my kids for whatever. Like watched them, gave them whatever.
Who walks in looking like she's got receipts. She claims she also has Wallace's baby. The crowd collectively gasps. Wallace looks like a man wishing for teleportation. Reed mutters, "I told you," while Austin folds her arms like, "Welcome to the club."
She didn't know what was going on, like she said. Rayel was sitting up lying to her, so I can't really blame her. But then again, I can because she knew all about me and still slept with my husband.
It's not her fault we're not together, it's your fault.
And you're right, it's my fault because I left you. That's why we're not together, because I left you and went out and talked to someone else.
Ms. Roberts tells Judge Lake she met Wallace while he was still living with Reed, and he swore he was single. The courtroom laughs in disbelief. Even Judge Lake has to pause mid-note to glare at him. This man's double life has turned into a triple feature.
You also have a 5-month-old child that you say was fathered by Mr. Wallace, but he's denying that child as well.
Yes.
Hold on 1 second, just 1 second. We're gonna get down to the bottom of this, but first, I need to deal with the people in front of you. You have a suit where you are suing Ms. Austin for alienation of affection.
As Judge Lake reviews the alienation of affection claim, Reed says her marriage fell apart financially because of Wallace's infidelity. Austin keeps smirking, and you can practically hear Judge Lake's patience evaporating. I mean, who smiles in court like it's a game show?
As per these results prepared by DNA Diagnostics, in the case of Reed versus Austin, when it comes to baby Demiriel, Mr. Wallace, you are her father.
told you, dummy. She looks just like you, dummy. Everything, dummy.
Then comes the moment of truth, the first DNA envelope. The courtroom goes silent, everyone holding their breath. Reed glares at Austin. Austin leans forward. Confident Wallace looks like he's waiting for a miracle that probably isn't coming. Judge Lake slowly opens the paper.
Stop talking. No, I don't gotta stop talking. I wasn't opening her streets because mine was already dead. Oh, you talking to her?
You.
No, you're not. You're not talking to me because mine's already been dead.
Let's get some order. You all have 3 children together. Now we know you, Mr. Wallace, have another one. And maybe one sitting right here with this young lady. The fact that when you got this result,
Before anyone can exhale, chaos breaks out. Shouting, finger-pointing, and tears. Judge Lake raises her voice just to restore order. "There are children involved," she scolds, her tone slicing through the tension. You could cut this energy with a knife, and yet no one's learned a thing.
Ms. Roberts, Mr. Wallace, I am gonna send you to DNA diagnostics today because I want to get down to the bottom of whether or not you, Mr. Wallace, are in fact her child's father. That would give you 2 5-month-old children. Court is adjourned. I will see you back in this courtroom with the DNA results.
And just when you think it's over, another test looms. Ms. Roberts wants her baby tested next. Judge Lake shakes her head in disbelief, saying, "This court has never seen a case so tangled in lies, betrayal, and babies." Wallace stays stone-faced, like he's starring in his own drama special. The suspense is at its peak, and that's where we'll leave it.
That if the results come back negative, you would like her to stay away from you and your current girlfriend, Ms. Austin. Now, you are here once again to find out if your husband, Mr. Wallace, is the father of yet another child. Please tell the court how you met the defendant and ended up in this situation.
I met him around my auntie's house.
Mr. Hicks walks into paternity court like a man on a mission. He's here to prove he is the father of 2-year-old Lynn, the little girl he cut the cord for, signed for, and loved as his own. But Ms. Navarez? She's coolly insisting Lynn belongs to her lover, Mr. Osorio. High school sweethearts, a marriage, a baby, and now a love triangle in court. Talk about messy. Roll the clip.
Mr. Hicks.
Hello.
You have brought your ex-wife to court and requested a paternity test to prove that you are indeed the biological father of her baby. Is it Yazeline? Beautiful. Who was born during your marriage. You state you are the only father she has known from cutting the cord in the hospital.
Immediately, the showdown starts. Hicks explains he believed Lynn was his because she was conceived during the marriage, while Navarez keeps repeating, "She's not yours," like it's her new ringtone. She points at Lynn's complexion, claiming the baby looks like her, not him. I mean, just look at their faces. Hicks is hurt, confused, and Navarez is locked in defense mode, tension already rising.
All right, now Mr. Hicks, please tell the court how you were deceived.
How I was deceived is that she said that the baby, I believe that the baby is mine because the baby was made while we were married. And you try to say that the baby isn't ours? I don't believe that.
Now Hicks breaks down the timeline. He says Valentine's Day was active, repeatedly, in that 2-bedroom apartment. No doubt in his mind he could be the father, but Navarez counters with her own version. Last intimacy, gaps in contact, and then Danny, aka Mr. Osorio, enters the picture. Everyone is basically arguing over a calendar at this point, drama overload.
Right after
and now you want to come when she's 2 years old and say that she's yours?
Let me ask you this. When she told you she was pregnant, what did she tell you?
When she told me that she was pregnant, she said that the baby was yours because when she got pregnant, it was on Valentine's Day. We were having sex consecutively in our 2-bedroom apartment. You're talking about it didn't happen, but yet on Valentine's Day.
Then we get the bomb. Navarez admits she was already pregnant when she proposed to Hicks. Proposed while pregnant. With a baby she claims she knew wasn't his, even Judge Lake stops like, "Ma'am, you left that part out." Someone from Osorio's side calls her a whore. The judge instantly shuts that down, but the damage is done. The manipulation conversation is on the table now.
You knew or you didn't know that that was not his baby?
I knew the baby's not his.
And
I lost in contact with Daniel.
She lost
so
contact.
I stayed
I want to hear who proposed to whom?
I proposed to him, Your Honor, because he couldn't man up and do it himself.
While you were pregnant?
While I was pregnant,
Your Honor.
With a baby that you knew was another man?
A whore.
Hicks fires back with receipts of the heart. He cut the cord. He gave Lynn his last name. He stepped in, fully believing this was his child. His voice cracks just enough that you can feel it. This man is holding on to fatherhood with both hands. He can't understand why. If he wasn't the father, Navarez let him do all that. Can someone pass the tissues, please?
Why did you let me cut the cord? Why did you give the baby?
So you can have your last name back. We don't want it.
The only way you're gonna get it back is if the baby.
I'm gonna get it back. Best believe.
If it's proven.
You gonna
Until
get it back.
then, hush. I wanted to be a father to my kids, and I believe that she was having my kids because we were together at that time.
Now they're arguing about money and parenting. Hicks says he worked security, did what he could, spent checks on the family. Navarez says by the time his check came, it was gone, and she was basically carrying everything. Meanwhile, he insists Lynn looks like him when he was young, while she swears Lynn looks like Osorio. You could cut this tension with a knife over a baby picture.
Okay, so it wasn't a manipulation from the start.
Not the whole thing.
There was a
love at the
time
beginning
when there was love. Okay.
Well, Your Honor, she trying to put it off like as if I wasn't providing for her, but we were staying at our house, not her mother's house. Also had a job working security down below. Well,
Part-time.
Part-time is better than no time.
Enter Carla Hicks, and she does not come to play. She starts detailing Navarez's mysterious babysitting trips where she'd leave, come back in minutes with $100. Repeating this multiple times, the way Judge Lake's eyebrows lift, elite. Hicks looks stunned, Navarez looks offended, and suddenly we're side-eyeing that babysitting story real hard.
Okay, so what happens when it comes out that you not the daddy? You gonna look stupid as hell.
No, you gonna look like a whore.
No.
I heard rumors about her.
What rumors did you hear?
I heard that when I would go, to work on the weekends, that she would be sneaking people in my house.
Carla keeps swinging, implying something way worse than babysitting, and Navarez fires right back. If she's so terrible, why did Hicks stay for almost 6 years? The courtroom turns into a verbal ping-pong match. Accusations, sarcasm, and a whole lot of, you should have known better. I mean, just look at that reaction from Hicks. He's realizing these stories might not be new, just ignored.
And I'm talking about, I'm gonna go watch the kids for a couple hours, babe. I'll be back and I'm gonna get $100 for it. She left, she came back in about 5-10 minutes talking about, they didn't need me to watch him anymore, but they gave me $100. Then she did it. She was doing it like every day.
She did it like 5 or 6 times.
Every day.
You understand? She was saying this, I'm gonna go watch these kids tonight.
Judge Lake steps in before this becomes a full reunion episode. She redirects the chaos to the real issue, Lynn. She checks Navarez for her attitude and pushes everyone to focus on facts, not just insults. Navarez claims the relationship problems are between her and Hicks and blames everyone else for dragging Osorio into it. This is classic deflect and redirect behavior on display.
And I know it probably is hard for you to hear what they allege about you.
Irrelevant. I don't care.
If it's irrelevant, don't curse in my courtroom when you hear it. Popping off like everything somebody's saying is messing with your mind so much that you have to be disrespectful. Just listen.
I don't know why you
your side of the story now.
It's between me and him, like I've told them from the get-go.
That's what I'm trying to hear. You explain to me what your problem is with Miss Hicks.
Now it's Osorio's turn. He explains he was told Navarez wasn't really with Hicks and that she wasn't living with her husband. He believed he was stepping up for a woman separated from her ex. He proudly talks about being there for Lynn, helping raise her, defining fatherhood as time and presence, not just biology. You can tell he genuinely feels attached. This isn't casual for him at all.
Was there anything she was hiding from you when she met you? So everything about her life
she told me she didn't have no sexual contact with him. She wasn't living with him. Even her mom told me she wasn't living with him.
She was lying.
You know what I'm saying?
So when you met Ms. Navarez, you knew she was a married woman, but she just was not living with her husband. That's what you heard.
Hicks pushes back hard. He says Navarez once told him Lynn wasn't his, and that's when he demanded a DNA test. He reminds everyone, if he wasn't the father, why did she let him sign the birth certificate, cut the cord, and give Lynn his name? You can hear the frustration. This man feels played, and honestly, watching him lay that out hurts. Heartbreaking stuff.
If the baby wasn't mine, why did I sign the birth certificate? Why did I cut the cord? Why does the baby have my last name? I didn't leave my child. I was kicked out because somebody wanted to move me out of my house. Get into that house. She kicked me out of my house, took me out of my daughter's life. I didn't eject myself.
Okay, but when you would come and pick a baby, but you could have asked how she's doing. Call, make a phone call. Is she okay? Does she need something? What kind of father father wouldn't ask about his daughter for 2 years.
Then comes the question of effort. Navarez claims Hicks never called, never asked about Lynn, never offered help. Hicks insists he did ask, especially while picking up their son Robert, but says Navarez hid information and kept Lynn away. Judge Lake is not letting either of them slide. She's pointing out holes on both sides. You can feel everyone squirm under that truth spotlight.
It's weird how the fact that she tried to say that I never asked her about her, because I've been picking up my son, little Robert, for forever right now. For 2 years. For 2 years. For 2 years, I've been picking up my son.
And you couldn't ask
right
about
there,
it? You couldn't ask
and yet
about
she
it?
didn't even tell me. She wouldn't even tell me that the baby didn't even exist. She don't want me around the baby. It's not me that want to be around the baby. I love my kids.
Judge Lake now lays out the contradictions. On one side, a man begging to be acknowledged as Lynn's dad. On the other, a mother who says he's not the father, but is still angry at him, like he should have been. Plus, Osorio is fully in Lynn's life. It's emotional, chaotic, and nobody in that courtroom looks certain anymore. Talk about messy layered on messy.
On the one hand, Mr. Hicks is saying that you are this child's father and you want to be her father, and yet I'm not hearing about enough instances where you made the effort to actually see and spend time with
Finally, Judge Lake explains the legal stakes. Since Lynn was born during the marriage, Hicks is presumed to be the father. Most men come in trying to escape that. Hicks is fighting to keep it. That alone cranks the drama up. She calls for the envelope. The entire courtroom goes still, and you can see it on every face. Whatever is inside those results is about to change lives.
You have to find a way to communicate better, both of you, with one another. And whether or not you like Mr. Osorio or if Mr. Osorio likes you, you all gotta grow up and just get through it for the kids. Has nothing to do with it. For the kids.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be good for the kids.
Ms. Coe walks into paternity court done. She tells Judge Lake her teenage daughter Za is out of control, disrespectful, dangerous, and, oh yeah, she doesn't believe devoted boyfriend Mr. Boyce is really baby Christian's father, Za. On the other side, is confident Boyce is the dad and begs the court to make her mom stop meddling. The stakes? A 7-month-old baby and a family on the edge. Drama unlocked immediately.
Hello, Your Honor. This is a case of Coe versus Coe.
Thank you, Jerome.
You're welcome.
Good day, everyone. Today we have the case of Coe v. Coe, mother versus daughter. Miss Coe, you say you're here today because your daughter is an out-of-control teenager and she needs help. Furthermore, you claim that you have serious doubts that your daughter's boyfriend, Mr. Boyce, is the father of your 7-month-old grandson. You say Mr. Boyce has been a good...
We jump straight into Za's greatest hits file. Ms. Coe lists school fights and, wait for it, Za punching a police officer. Twice. Judge Lake is stunned. The officer could have charged her with a felony, but didn't. Za shrugs it off. He got in the way. I mean, that's one way to describe assault. You can see Judge Lake mentally circling, "This is why we're here today."
You have asked the court to order your mother to stop meddling in your life once and for all. Now, Ms. Coe, please tell the court why you're here today.
I'm here because my daughter is out of control. She has an issue with authority. She doesn't want to be told what to do, how to do, or why to do it.
Give me specific instances.
Okay, from fights at school, hitting a police officer, not once, but twice.
Then comes the house disaster. Ms. Coe says Za called people claiming mom and her girlfriend jumped her, and the cavalry showed up with violence, every window smashed, car destroyed, home wrecked. Just 1 week before Ms. Coe's surgery. Judge Lake looks at the photos like she's staring at riot footage. Za swears she never told them to destroy anything. Talk about messy consequences.
Made a phone call saying I and my girlfriend had jumped on her because she still did not want to follow house rules. All I asked her to do was not disrespect the house. Don't bring the drama to the house.
I feel like that's not the truth.
You brought drama to the house.
That's not
You
the
made
truth.
a phone call saying my mother and her girlfriend just jumped on me.
We pivot into deep emotional wounds. Za says she grew up with her dad because mom abandoned her at 2 years old. Ms. Coe strongly denies it and says she had visitation and never missed a beat. Two completely different stories, one tiny space. Judge Lake presses, did they ever have a positive relationship? Za basically says no. You can feel the resentment sitting in the front row.
That's me standing on the porch trying to take a picture because now I'm upset and I'm like, you know what? I cannot believe believe my daughter is gonna allow this to happen.
And I couldn't believe your girlfriend jumped on me and I was pregnant. So
she didn't jump on you. They didn't jump. They broke out windows. They hit me with a brick. I got hit in the back of the head.
What? And I also stopped them. I didn't think they was gonna do that to the house. I didn't say mess the house up.
Now, the Hangout House storyline. Ms. Coe says Za moved a whole group into their basement. Boys everywhere. 7 people at one point. Za claps back. If y'all had a problem, y'all should have put them out. I was a child. And that's when Judge Lake calls it what it is. Chaos, no structure, and a setup for exactly the kind of situation that lands them in paternity court.
I never missed a beat.
Did you ever have a positive relationship?
No, not really.
Mama?
She's always been resentful.
I feel like I had
always
a good,
been resentful. Always been resentful.
Sometimes.
I'm not here to, you move them boys in our house.
If y'all had a problem, y'all would have put them out. If y'all had a problem, y'all would have enforced the rules and put them out, did something. I'm a child, like you said, I'm a child. If it was a problem, you should have put them out.
Here's where paternity enters the chat. Za admits one of those guys, Larry, was someone she messed with when she and her boyfriend had issues. Ms. Coe confirms she went straight to Larry like, look, as her mom, I'm keeping it 100. You need a DNA test. Za even told Larry there was a possibility he was the father, so Boyce is not the only name on the board, and Mom is not crazy for questioning it.
Everybody was living there. That was the hangout spot. That's where you go, you running away or you ain't got nowhere to stay, you gonna come there.
Now, you're hanging out with these guys. Are you hanging out just as friends or are any of them more than friends?
One of them was the guy I was dating, the other one was just friends. They were dating my other 2 friends.
So that brings us to why we're here, because now you have a grandchild.
But it's not just one guy. That's what she's saying.
Then we get the emotional gut punch. After all the chaos and damage, Ms. Coe moved to Arizona. 2 months later, Za called her, alone, pregnant, scared, needing her mom. You can literally see Ms. Coe's walls drop as she recalls it. Judge Lake gently tells her to let Za speak, and Za finally admits she needed her. That vulnerability? Powerful. This isn't just paternity. It's a broken bond begging to heal.
Me, I was being real and I said, I'm not gonna lie, but there is a possibility. This baby could be someone else. I didn't just say you're the father, you're the father. I said it's a possibility because I did do something. I did mess up and I did slip and mess around with somebody else.
So you have a boyfriend now, and that boyfriend may or may not be the father of your child.
Judge Lake asks Za what she wants for Christian. Za says she doesn't want him growing up like she did, or running the streets. She wants both parents in his life. Judge Lake listens, acknowledges the pain, and then calls in the key player, Mr. Boyce, the boyfriend who's been stepping up and is one of the potential fathers. Time to see where his heart and his head are.
I don't have anybody. She's about to have my grandson. What do we do? And then she still didn't want to do.
What do you feel? It's
the
okay.
Only rule I had
let her speak, Mom. What do you feel, sweetie? Tell me. You needed your mom? That's okay. We all need our mom. You don't have to feel ashamed about that.
I was there for you.
Boyce steps up to the podium, and you can tell immediately this isn't an act. He talks about loving Christian, how the baby helped him grow, especially after his mother passed away. His mom had already claimed Christian as her grandbaby. He's hoping the test proves Christian is his. I mean, just look at his face. This man is all in.
We're also going to help encourage you. Your mom feels your pain. And I know you may feel like she doesn't love you, but if you look over at her right now, she's crying your same tears because just like you love your child, she loves you. I know you brought a witness today, Mr. Boyce, am I correct? Jerome, could you please escort Mr. Boyce into the courtroom for us? I want to hear from him.
Judge Lake gives Boyce his flowers. She tells him most young men in his situation come in hoping not to be the father, but he's different. He's choosing love and responsibility despite uncertainty. She praises him for being a stand-up man and a real father figure. You can feel the whole room respecting him, but then she reminds him, with all this uncertainty, he's allowed to have doubts
of this particular child, but we also know that this child is very important to you.
Yeah, he really is.
Am I correct?
Yes.
Please tell the court about that.
I feel like from the beginning I knew it was a possibility, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, he made me grow more, you know what I'm saying, since he been around. Cause my mom, she passed away. Once I told her about it, you know what I'm saying, she just, oh, that's my grandbaby.
Boyce finally explains those doubts. When conception likely happened, he and Za weren't even together. She was with someone else. He claims he always keeps a condom and suggests he might have used one, but then admits he was under the influence and doesn't really remember Sir. That is not the solid defense you think it is. Judge Lake hears it. Za is locked and loaded.
And I first want to commend you before we get any result of the man that you are, the man that you are growing and becoming, the fact that you can give love to a child that does have uncertainty as it relates to who their father is, but that you understand that love can come from forms, fashions, and people.
Za jumps in and absolutely ruins his safe sex storyline. She says he did not use condoms with her. The first time, second time, third time, nothing. She's practically rolling out a highlight reel of unprotected receipts while Boyce tries to salvage his reputation. Judge Lake even jokes he's messing up his own image. You could cut this awkward tension with a knife. Drama overload.
I'm really, really proud of you. I really am. I want you to know that. And you know who else is? And as, you know, as much of a stand-up man, you know, you're being in this decision, in this situation, I should say, you're being a really mature individual.
With all cards on the table, Judge Lake sums it up. Za admitted another possible father. Mom has been pushing for the truth. Boyce has stepped up but has every reason to question biology. The future of this baby, emotionally, financially, spiritually, is on the line. She asks Jerome for the envelope. Everyone goes quiet. You can feel the air shift, cue the drum roll in your soul.
I can't really say if I used it or not because I was under the influence, like, tough.
So you don't remember if the sex you had was safe sex?
Yes.
And the defendant...
I know it wasn't, because the first time, even when you wasn't under the influence, you didn't use it.
Was you drunk?
What about the first time?
Was you drunk?
What about the first time?
Was you drunk?
No.
Okay, the first time, that was something else.
Did you use one? No. The second time? No. The third time? No.
Here we go. Judge Lake reads, when it comes to baby Christian, Mr. Boyce. Za freezes. Ms. Cole looks scared of what the truth might be. Boyce can feel the world halt around him, but only the results will set things straight.
When it comes to baby Christian, Mr. Boyce, you are not the father.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
I'm still his father.